Hey there! Did you know a simple oversight with your pup could literally cost you a hefty $125 fine here in Seattle? Yeah, if you live within the city limits and own a dog, you really need to listen up. Today, we're going to cut right through all that municipal red tape and make the Seattle dog licensing process totally crystal clear in this explainer. Let's dive in.
$125? That is absolutely no joke. It's a pretty stiff penalty, just for having an unlicensed pet. But hey, sticking with us for the next few minutes could easily save you that cash and, honestly, a whole lot of bureaucratic headache, too. We're going to empower you to get this done fast, easily, and efficiently.
So here's our quick roadmap for today's explainer. We're going to cover the why behind licensing, fees and discounts, a step-by-step application guide, dealing with renewals and the online portal, and finally, we'll wrap things up with some FAQs and pro tips.
All right, jumping right into part one. Why even license your dog? Let's talk about the community impact. So technically speaking, under Seattle Municipal Code 9.25.050, every single dog in the city limits actually has to be licensed. But this is way more than just municipal red tape. Get this, the program generates around $1.5 million every single year, and every last cent of that goes directly to the Seattle Animal Shelter. It funds literally life-saving operations, cruelty investigations, and community education. So by just complying, you're actively helping animals in need. It's a real win-win.
And beyond just funding the shelter, licensing actually unlocks some pretty incredible direct benefits for you and your dog. First off, it automatically enrolls your pup in the Free Ride Home program. What that means is, if animal control ever finds your licensed dog wandering around, they'll bring them straight back home to you, instead of hauling them off to the shelter. You'll also get access to the Vacation Pet Alert program, which is awesome for keeping them safe while you're traveling. Plus, if they ever do somehow end up at the shelter, licensed pets are actually guaranteed much longer holding and care periods.
Okay, moving on to part two, fees and discounts, and how you can qualify for some serious savings. So the city actually financially incentivizes responsible pet ownership, which is pretty cool. For example, registering an unaltered dog will run you $105 a year. But if your dog is spayed or neutered, that fee drops all the way down to just $45. Oh, and there's also a massive 50% discount for seniors over 60 and disabled persons who have a valid city ID. That brings the altered rate down to just $22.50. And hey, if you've got a brand new puppy under 6 months old, you can just grab a 6-month provisional license for exactly $15. Not bad, right?
Which brings us to part three, our application guide. Let's walk through the step-by-step process of actually getting this done.
Now, if you've never done this before, the easiest route by far is going online. It's designed to be this super quick 3-step process. First things first, just head over to the shelter's portal and click on Create New Customer Account. Second, hit Add Animal and type in your pet's details. This is the spot where you'll put in their physical description, their microchip number, and any proof of spay or neuter. Finally, just pay electronically. After that, the city will literally mail you a permanent stainless steel tag, which, fun fact, is actually intended to last for the rest of your dog's life.
But hey, if you're not exactly a fan of online portals, you totally have options. You can actually apply in person right at the Seattle Animal Shelter in Inner Bay, over on 15th Avenue West. Or you can pop into any of the neighborhood customer service centers they have sprinkled all throughout the city, places like the Ballard, Central, Lake City, or Southeast locations. Honestly, going in person is especially helpful if you need to physically show your Gold Card or Flash Card to claim that 50% discount for seniors or disabled individuals we just talked about.
All right, let's jump to part four, renewals and portals. Because navigating this system can get a little bit tricky here.
Guys, if you take away absolutely nothing else from today's explainer, please let it be this massive warning. When you are renewing online, do not, I repeat, do not create a new account using your email address. You absolutely have to use your existing person number or license number to log in. If you just go and type in an email, it creates duplicate records in their system, and trust me, that causes majorly delayed processing and just a massive headache for both you and the shelter staff. If you happen to have lost your number, no big deal, just shoot them an email to get it back.
On top of that, the city has recently transitioned exclusively to an annual licensing cycle. They've completely phased out those legacy 2-year licenses we used to have. So what does that mean for you? Well, if you currently have an old 2-year license that happens to be expiring, you actually have to go into the portal, manually hit cancel on that old 2-year option, and then select the brand new 1-year renewal. I know, it's a bit of a weird technical hoop to jump through, but it's totally required if you want to stay compliant.
Okay, final stretch, part 5, FAQs and pro tips.
Let's look at some really clever workarounds and specific rules.
Now here is a totally brilliant community tip we found on Reddit specifically for new puppy owners. Let's say your puppy just hit that 6-month mark, but your vet is telling you it's still way too early to neuter them. Well, instead of paying that super steep $105 unaltered fee or, risking a fine by just waiting around, there's a workaround. You can actually mail in a physical application, and heads up, this only works by mail, not online, where you note your formal intent to alter the dog down the line. Doing this legally secures you that much cheaper $45 altered rate while you're waiting for the surgery. Talk about a game changer.
Oh, and here's another fantastic community perk that can save you some cash. If you happen to purchase or renew your license in person on the 4th Friday of the month at the Seattle Animal Shelter, your dog gets a free rabies vaccination. How amazing is that? The city basically hosts this recurring public health clinic to help lower the barriers to standard veterinary care. And of course, it really boosts their licensing compliance at the very same time.
Now, shifting gears for a second, for anyone looking to walk dogs professionally, the rules actually change pretty drastically. While everyday personal owners just have the standard licensing stuff we've been talking about, commercial walkers face some strict limits to maintain safety in our public parks. Basically, if you're handling more than 3 dogs at once out in public, you are going to need a special $100 annual dog walker permit plus a City of Seattle business license to go with it.
It's also super important to mention the rules for service animals. For animals that are explicitly trained to aid owners with disabilities, they actually do still require a license and current rabies vaccinations, mostly just for public health tracking. However, their municipal licensing fee is completely waived. To get that free license set up, you simply need to provide an annual statement of disability to the licensing office, and you're good to go.
Okay, as we start to wrap up this explainer, the absolute most crucial point to remember is to always double-check the latest rules directly with local authorities. You know how it is. Municipal codes, fee structures, and even just the layout of the online portal, they can and definitely do evolve over time. So while everything we've covered today gives you the ultimate baseline, just quickly checking the official Seattle Animal Shelter website guarantees you're working with the most up-to-date info.
So go ahead and take a quick look at your dog's collar right now. Is their tag current? Really, taking just 5 minutes to log in today doesn't just protect your free best friend and save you a whopping $125 fine. It literally directly funds the rescue of animals who just aren't as lucky as yours. I mean, think about it. What kind of incredible impact could we make if every single dog in Seattle was fully licensed? It's something to think about, right? Anyway, thank you so much for joining us for this explainer, and we will catch you next time.